different points of view and highs and lows. A new perspective everywhere you go. Open up your mind, drown out the noise, and see if this connected. And see if this connected.
Today is the second to last day. Poured rain last night. Stayed at this hotel. And I think it's gonna rain tonight, but there's nowhere near any hotel, so. But it's only 10.5 miles today to Slinger. And it's gonna be humid. So, recap of yesterday. From Owascom to here was, well, it was a long day yesterday, but we made it to Mass at Cabrini. A beautiful church. It was round, circular, really great mural at the back of the altar. I just love the reverence, the Mass. I mean, it just is beautiful. Choir was great. Just the liturgy was just nice. Just an FYI, on the way from Owascom to West Bend, that trail, that bike trail is when I looked at it, it's pretty much no trees. So if it's on a really hot day, you are really exposed. So be careful on that one. But yeah. So today, walking from West Bend to Slinger, and then see the parishes there, and we'll see where that takes us. Gonna load this up. We're gonna get some breakfast, get some Gatorade, and head on. So let's go, fam. Morning, fam. We're leaving West Bend. We got a little turned around. You know, the sun rises in the east. I got turned around trying to figure out which way is the Ice Age Trail. So I was going the opposite direction, but we found it from West Bend. We're staying at the Quality Inn. This is the entrance to the Ice Age Trail to get to Slinger. And we're heading to St. Peter's Parish. So this is the Strickland Marth Trailhead West Bend section. Let's go find out what it looks like. It's really nice, and you know, it rained last night. It really poured. I was at Mass at St. Peter, well, not St. Peter's, at shoot, what's the name of the church? Well, it's in West Bend. So and it started raining. You could hear it pour. So I could imagine if I would have stayed in the tent here, I would have been drenched. But praying that tonight it won't rain like that, because I am staying in a campground in my tent, and I had just dried it up. Big thanks to Brian of Wisconsin Way Pilgrimage Tours. He came out and we went to Mass, and the wonderful thing is he even set up my tent out so it could dry because of the day before. Nothing worse than a stinky tent. All right, we got a bridge coming up to this bridge to cross over this creek. I don't know what that sound is. Is that ducks? Anyone in the comments want to describe what that sound is? One thing about Wisconsin Way is these markers are very clear, you know. It's easy to find your way through, even when you accidentally pass one. It's definitely better than walking on the roads, but also it's a little bit more challenging. Trail miles are longer here than if I would take the road. That's why yesterday on my search to try to get to Holy Trinity, I went off the trail and decided to take roads to cut some distance. I think this is Lucas Lake, maybe. Missed all the squirrels jumping around from tree to tree. So beautiful. You see the fish? This part is so beautiful and so serene. I haven't gone out but 1 mile, and I think this is like the prettiest part of the trail, right along the little creek here. It's so peaceful. It's like here's water. You can fish here. Just so nice. This is also that time when you start to question, why am I doing this? It's like I'm exhausted. And then you stay at a hotel and feel the comforts of a hot shower, the food, town food, and then you really wonder, it's like, do I really want to go on? Because you're looking forward to, you know, the humidity today is going to be intense, and it might rain around 4, so then you're like, if I leave early or maybe even later. But then you get to these sections and you're like, oh, it's beautiful. And then you put on your hat. I just remember I have all these names on there that I'm carrying with me and praying for. So you're like, oh, I gotta move on. And shout out to Maggie Burnett, who called those things when you're giving someone a ride, you know, the fifth station of the cross. And I was like, hey, that resonates with me because I love that fifth station. It's kind of like what I like to do with these names. I get to help carry and lift up people and their crosses in prayers in this journey. So for all the people whose names are on the hat and those that just got added, yeah, bringing you with me on these journeys. So prayers for you, prayers and your intentions, and we're going to proceed on the route. There's a waterfall over here. Kind of like a dam. There's a notice on the trail to stay on the trail because we're crossing private land. So make sure folks remain on the trail. Respect people's land. It's always cool to find a bench, but that was too close. We're nearing a parking lot where we're gonna take a short break and have a snack on a beautiful trail under the canopy of the trees. It's a lot cooler than at the roadside, as I have always already said. Crossing over this wood path. It's a little wet, a little slippery, kind of turning sideways. Whoops. Get around the tree. That's pretty. This is where you can get some water if you run out of water. This is where you can filter your water and have some more to drink. We're not in need of water right now, so we're gonna keep moving. Mosquitoes are out. And we're gonna climb these rocks. Here's something interesting. Eskers. They're formed underneath a glacier by flowing water. Melting ice water and debris such as rocks, gravel, and sand falls through cracks in the glacier until it reaches the ground beneath it. The trapped water builds up, forming pools. Eventually, the meltwater breaks through at the base of the glacier and flows out as a stream, carrying the debris with it. As the stream flows, the debris is deposited into the stream bed. After many years, the debris piles up, forming a ridge in the shape of the stream. When glaciers melt, a snake-like hill remains. So, I guess that's what we're on. This is an esker that has formed. I put a line there because people decide to go up that thing. But that's it. We come out of the trail section here, and we're gonna go out on the road for about 5.5 miles and then get back on trail. Just going on this section. It said 5.5 miles to the street. This section is a steep hill, as you can see, but you can also see where we walk is very, very thin. So you got to be very careful on this stretch to walk on. So just be very careful, fam. This is Little Cedar Lake. It's a nice place to take a break off the side of the road, right next to lake. People enjoying themselves. Got a water skier. Kid. Peace of the Lord be upon all of you. Prayers on the journey. Let's get back on the road. We're gonna see about taking a break here, use the restroom, load up on water and drinks again, and then head off to Slinger, which is a mile away, and then our camp, which is a 1.5 miles away. Welcome to Slinger, Wisconsin. Here's the cemetery. Not gonna take a nap there because we're almost at the church here, which is St. Peter's. So we're gonna head right over there, 1/2 mile to St. Peter's, check it out, and then have something to eat, and then head off to our campsite. Welcome to Slinger. This right here is Little Switzerland. Yes. In the winter time, you can go skiing right here, or tobogganing. Is that what you call it? Yeah. Pretty cool. Little Switzerland. And then there's St. Peter's, always going for the church spire, and the water tower for Slinger. There. That's our goal. did. And keep heading that way. We're going to stop over at the church over there. St. Peter's Catholic Church in Slinger, built in the 1850s, renovated right here. Sorry, couldn't make it in. Yogurt place, and then Subway should be over here. Well, while at Slinger, went to the Subway, which is kind of like inside of I think a mall, and spent about an hour in there, maybe 45 minutes to eat, charge my phones and other electronic equipment, use the bathroom, wipe down because I'm gonna be camping today, and so yeah, I feel pretty good. I have about 2 miles left to get to Pike Lake Park campground, and that's what we will be calling home this evening. So they said it's a really good campsite. I have a picnic table, and that's pretty much it. So onward and forward, pray with Mary, walk with Jesus. And this is the path. It's Highway 60 over there. We're going to turn right, and then that's it. For about a mile and third, there'll be the entrance to the Ice Age Trail again. I do have to say that it is really muggy and humid today, so I'm sweating. There's a Wisconsin 60, and it's a divided highway. We're gonna walk with traffic because there's a sidewalk on this side, no sidewalk on the other side. So if you're doing this section, make sure you just go around and go back to St. Peter's and take the other route, because this one has no sidewalks. The street is too busy, so you're walking on really thick grass. It makes it a little bit more difficult, so I would say go back and use the other roadway. So what happens when you get lost? Well, you go bushwhacking. Try to find your way back on the trail. Right here. So, found myself back on the trail. Through there. Alright, we make it to our site. B1. Over this way. If we're getting lost, we have to find our way back. I think this is B1. Yep, this is our site. B1. It's a good site. I'd say right here. Here's a view of outside the tent. see those? I mean, flies. Fireflies.